Oh, well, look what the cat dragged in. Hello, everyone. It has been a while. I don't really feel like I need to explain the reason for the absence or the lack of uploading. Life happens. Shit gets real. Shit gets real stressful and time consuming, and then you're just tired and you just want to sleep all day, and nothing matters except naps. Even now, I have procrastinated this video up until the very last second. It is 10 p.m. I should be in bed, but here I am. But let's be real, you did not click on this video to hear me talk about why I've been gone or the excuses I'm gonna make. You're here to hear me talk about 3 random movies, one from the 30s, one from the 40s, and one from the 50s. I've just been on like an older horror movie kick recently, and it kind of inspired me to come back and to share my thoughts. All 3 of these films are well known in their own right, so let's just get started with these little reviews. First up on my list is The Old Dark House from 1932. Seeking shelter from a storm, 5 travelers are in for a bizarre and terrifying night when they stumble upon the Femme family estate. This is one of those classic, out driving in the rain, get stranded in a storm, gotta stay in a creepy house kind of a movie. And in my opinion, a lot of older films like this, like the plot and the main story mechanics are very simplistic, easy to follow. So having really well-developed characters and notable actors and actresses are kind of what pull you into watching movies like this. Gloria Stewart is our leading actress, and my favorite scene involving her character doing some shadow puppets, which I later found out that whole scene was completely improvised. I loved the scene when she was getting dressed and the old woman is talking about the fine silks of her dress and how they would rot, and so would her young and beautiful skin. Very fucked up, very morbid. Here's that clip.
You're wicked too. Young and handsome, silly and wicked. You think of nothing but your long, straight legs and your white body and how to please your man. You revel in the joys of fleshly love, don't you? That's fine stuff, but it'll rot. That's finer stuff still, but it'll rot too in time.
Don't! How dare you!
Gloria also was in a Universal classic, The Invisible Man, and at the age of 87, she portrayed Rose in Titanic, the old version of Rose, obviously. She was acting all through her life. It was so cool seeing someone that I recognized as their younger version. This movie is a classic, and it will turn any dark, rainy night even spookier, so I highly recommend you watch this one, and you can stream it for free on Tubi. The next film on my list is The Lodger from 1944. In Victoria-era London, the inhabitants of a family home with rented rooms upstairs fear the new lodger is Jack the Ripper. Okay, so this movie's pacing and cinematography were fantastic, and I even found myself getting kind of scared by the end. There's a couple of scenes at the end that really focus on using Laird Krieger's intense stare to drive the suspense home. After doing some research, though, about this movie, I found out that Laird Krieger struggled with crash diets and was on amphetamines to control his weight. That ultimately ended up leading to his death, unfortunately, at the young age of 31. He passed away in December of 1944, right before his final movie debuted in February of 1945. His stare is so intense and very creepy. He did a very good job of being a menacing villain. It's always really unfortunate losing young talent like that, especially to something so awful as crash diets and drugs to maintain his weight. But this is a good reminder that even dudes struggle with that kind of stuff. I don't believe this movie is streaming free anywhere like a streaming service, but if you Google The Lodger 1944 here on YouTube, it should pull up and you can watch it for free. At least that's how I watched it. The last movie on this list is The Thing from Another World from 1951. Scientists and U.S. Air Force officials fend off a bloodthirsty alien organism while investigating at a remote Arctic outpost. So this was the film that The Thing from 1982 by John Carpenter was remade from. In this film, a humanoid alien is found in the ice next to a crashed UFO ship. After the scientists dig it out, it ends up thawing and escaping. They discover it's made of plant stuff. Alien plant stuff. There's lots of similarities between this one and the 80s version, but it is kind of lacking the whole body horror / parasitic element. It's still a great watch though, because it's really fascinating to see where such a classic like The Thing starring Kurt Russell, kind of came from, like what the story was before. But after looking up like even the origin of like this movie, it's based off of a novel, and it seems like the thing from the 80s is more accurate to the book than this movie from the 50s, which is okay. We love creative freedom here. One last note, the scene towards the end where they're all were just dumping kerosene on that alien and shooting it with fire all within a room inside their base was just wild. I'd probably say that's a little bit more dangerous than like the big hulking alien that you barely see in the movie. But again, it wouldn't have been on this list if I didn't have a good time watching it. And you can stream it for free on Tubi. I think it's streaming free in a lot of places. And that kind of wraps up the 3 movies that I wanted to talk about for this video. I know that this video is probably a little bit shorter or smaller, very bite-sized, but I really wanted to like ease my way back into uploading. I can't promise any kind of schedule or regular posting, but just know that I'm working on it. It is definitely something that I want to do. If any of my subscribers get this notification and are still interested or care in my content, you know, leave a comment below. Or if there's any old horror movies that you really like, I would love to hear those, because I'm always hunting down older films. I think my next binge era is going to be the 60s. I really want to go down like a Vincent Price rabbit hole, but my next one I really want to do is like a video about William Castle, or at least like my favorite movies from him, because he's like one of my favorite older directors. I went and saw the new Evil Dead Rise. Maybe I'll make a quick little review on that. I still really want to talk about Skinamarink, which came out last year and is like on Shudder. And then this July I'll have another Twilight Zone video up. All in all, I am trying to make some time for this hobby. It always makes me really happy getting to talk about things that I enjoy. So fingers crossed you'll see me again soon and not in like another 10 months. But I think this is where I'm going to wrap it up, guys. Thanks for watching and staying till the end. Leave a comment below, and I will see you in the next one.